It feels like it's been forever. And I'm just going to talk to you all today, if you don't mind. Library's closed tomorrow. Happy for it. Few things I'm going to cover today. And then it's been a minute. I know I do need to get back to reading the 4-Hour Work Week. That will start on Monday. Right now, though, I've been watching a lot of videos and seeing a lot of posts online in regards to dating. Now, I'm not going to do any name dropping, but, I will do one name dropping. One of the ladies who's in my International Poetry Horror group, Danielle, had a post, and I stopped what I was doing. I said, this is way too much going on. And the post, I guess she's dating. She doesn't watch my YouTube channels, apparently, since she was asking certain questions on Facebook. If she had, she would have hit that wonderful luxury date playlist and got her some answers in regards to this lovely new age dating we have going on. Now, I did watch on YouTube and on Facebook. It occurred to me first on Facebook before I seen it start going viral on other places like TikTok and YouTube, the lady about the passport bros and stuff. Hello, Ahmad. How are you, darling? Welcome to the channel, boo. So today I want to talk about red flags in regards to dating. Hello, Briani Coronado in Syria, Pops, America. I love that. Madan Kumar, Narendra Modi, water. Honey, I do. I need some water. You sending me some? I like it flavored. Johan Jacobs, Officer Lexi Pookie, Gray. Hello, Gray. Don't answer to the English. Don't answer. We love all languages here. What are you talking about? Matter of fact, I got books I need to write in other languages besides English. So, matter of fact, I updated my Amazon book biography and I did it in multiple languages. How about that? Let's talk about the dynamics of dating interactions between men and women. I'm going to take you on a fantastic voyage. Thank you. Hell is the name. I am edits. Okay. Eric Amankwa. Reen, hello. Owal. Awesome. Thank you for my like. I'm in America, sugar. I don't know if I could pronounce this name. Sabak Tabra Ka Yipana. Okay. Awesome. So this is what she left on her post, Miss Danielle Campbell. And I will read it to you. It says, when exactly did the difference between dating and effing become so convoluted? Immediately, one of the group members in International Poetry Horror, my International Poetry Horror group. By the way, I do have a show this weekend. Grifols Plasma Center is their first community event. And that's at 3620 North Post Road from 11 to 5. I'll be opening and closing. I'm doing 4 songs and 1 poem. We've got free food. Complimentary food, complimentary haircuts, things of that nature. So pull on through if you're in the Indianapolis area. If you move, you're gay. I love the LGBTQIA community. Thank you so much. We love everyone here. We don't care what their preference is in regards to their sexuality. Haley Meeks, Funny Mike, hello, welcome. Wolf O, Delala Street, Jamel Butts, Nam Khan, Rain, okay. Oh, hello, how you doing, Sam Jahan, darling? Okay, if you want to see me jump, you can go to my P-Hub. Okay. Lord Peebo, Sophie Therian. Okay, welcome everyone. All right. So let's get to it. Okay. I said, I thank you, ma'am. I spent my AM writing up 3,363 words and 20,604 characters to come up with dynamics of dating interactions between men and women, leaving La La Land. Leaving La La Land. Everything is not love, although I would love it to be. Everything is a transaction. If everything were love, African American women would not be the highest unmarried and with children. Check your statistics. Dating is not hard. Everything is a negotiation. You are looking for love. The other party is looking for sex, nurse, or a purse. If around you enough, that person may start to care. He wants to know if the transaction to get to the Kit Kat is going to be free. How much am I going to have to come out of pocket to get to it if I do? Will the transaction be through time and multiple dates, or will I be able to pay up front and get what I like as if I am shopping at the grocery store? Or is she cool with a free hookup one time if desired multiple times? I will utilize her body or services as long as she allows me to use them for free. Are we still visiting La La Land? Your avatar is chocolate. You have color. African American women cannot afford to date like women who have no color. Also known as the preference. I love all of humanity. However, you and the preferences are not given the same opportunities. That means if she is the preferred, then no one else is. You can create opportunities to rank higher on the list in regards to being one that is preferred. That does not eliminate weeds in the garden. That does not mean you would like to be preferred. Who you would like to be preferred by will desire you. It simply means options you did not have previously. I don't make the rules. However, I am very observant. Since I am not the preferred in the African American community, I prefer to get paid my coins up front rather than a trick play with me. He respects what he pays for. The moment you mentally decipher the lingo in dating, then determine realistically what you would like or what you will or will not tolerate, it is a wrap. Women in church are taught differently than any other race of women. Other races of women are taught to go after the coins. African American women are taught to look forward to love, mutual respect, and emotional connection. I am not by any means saying that that won't eventually happen. The question is how much turbulence will be involved, how much turbulence will I allow, and to what degree of allowance. Check the statistics. Let me know how that is working out for the African American community. Also, you may check the statistics of how that is working out in our pocketbooks as well. I should not have to say what is already evident if you observe your surroundings. The name of the game is called coins. not freebies. Unless you are a virgin, not born again, and you may call it whatever you like, but that is not what you are seen as. I do have a video called The 7 Type of Different Whores. And unless you are a virgin, you fall into one of those categories. Especially if you have children and are not one. While women desire an emotional connection, mutual respect, and shared interest, the statistics in our community tell a different story, but not just for African American women, for all women. Some cultures have stopped dating and marrying altogether. Change how you view dates. Then change up who you date and be open to date men in your community in addition to men outside your culture. Best wishes. According to Pimpin' Ken and the 48 Laws of Pimpin', the definition section of the back of the book clarifies that an individual spending money is called the trick. That means if the person takes you out to eat, that person eventually is going to want some Kit Kat. Some classifications. Some men love being a trick, sugar daddy, support system, or however you would like to reference it. I'm going to call this man a provider, support partner, support system, collaborator, or encourager. He wants to see me do better, which means he wants humanity to do better, since it is women who give birth to humanity with his assistance. I prefer, though, not in all instances, of course, because we do have gay couples that do have children. I prefer those word choices regarding terminology over the others that have been utilized, especially in American society or through African American communities and cultures. That's number one category. Number 2, some men won't give you a quarter. Number 3, some men want you to spend all your dollars on them. Number 4, some simply have not done the work to have the dollar or create the dollar for them coming in for the future. That's number 4. Number 5, some men will not give money but will spend time. Time can equate to money, but that method takes longer than getting the bag directly up front. The person taking you out on a date is not looking to date for fun. One of the videos I watched, she went on a date. He spent $500. They went out for drinks after. They went back to her place. After all the videos were finished, she said she was dating. She's divorced and got kids. She was dating for fun and not to give up the Kit Kat. Let's keep going. He wants one of 2 things, and statistics say he only wants one thing. He, she, whatever you date. I am hoping the alarm clock just rang. Once they get the one thing, the chances of them sticking around just decrease. He or she painted the dream. Did you get your dream fulfilled up front, or did you have to wait for the fulfillment to unfold as you two walked on the yellow brick road to my intuition knows all? Hell on earth is about to cut loose and be like Armageddon for this impulsive moment of naiveness that I just had on the wings of lustful deliriousness. There are men out here dropping serious coins for dates, and that's when I gave the hypothetical example. He wants to admire it is not to sit across from you at the table that he just spent $500 at, or he just bought drinks after for that, or to sit at your apartment to watch the gorgeous smile on your face. If you are in one another's, he wants to admire the other gorgeous smile. You're welcome. If you are in one another's living places after the date, it is not to watch stars. It is for both of you to be stars and see stars. If he flies you to his destination, this is hypothetical example number 2, it is not to sit on the bed in his hotel room and simply have a conversation. He wants you to talk to his communication tool, he, she, whatever you date. Politely speaking, he does not want to spend that kind of money on the date and then have to call a call girl after the date he just had with you. He pays the call girl the money up front he had saved for you, Miss I Am Born Again. Attendant, go tell the captain they didn't get the memo. Co-pilot number 1, If he is not effing you, then he is effing someone else. Co-pilot number 2, please. Co-pilot number 1's name is Assets, and co-pilot number 2's name is Teabag, please. Co-pilot number 2, translated, I am not dating you to use my hands. It's not going to hoover itself. Co-pilot 1, Assets. Are you looking for Miss Born Again who already has 2 to 6 children or simply the freak of the week? Co-pilot number 2, Teabag, please. You know, I am not walking into that poop-filled bat cave. However, I will walk into this one. Taraji Henson did a fabulous job on the 2024 BET Awards the other night. Never married. She dated the wrong man. Tracee Ellis Ross, a beautiful landscape to gaze upon. Never married. Halle Berry, you know, Eric Benet just put out a song with Tamar with his new single. It was not titled, I Want to Hold Your Hand and Gaze at You Over Candlelight all night long. Look around the culture you live in, especially the African American culture, what is taught in action by the government, in African American music, on screen, and from those in positions of power. How many African American male celebrities do you see dating and marrying African American women? When you get a chance, don't just research statistics on our culture. Go look up Beyonce's prenup agreement. Now, folks can argue that a prenup agreement means a relationship is doomed to fail. It's not love if you have a prenup in place, which is what I was told when I was getting engaged. It's going to fail. You've got a prenup in place. Whatever. If you have anything of value, it's not love if you do not have one in place. African American, you see what Cardi B and Offset are going through? If she had a prenup in place and some contracts, oh, honey. African American women have worked too hard for our coins. Well, every woman has, really, women in general. But African American women, we are at the bottom. Least to be paid at the just over broke, also known as a job. Even if you do exceptional work, then we are expected to go half on the date and bills, not I said the leprechaun. The prenup left her unbothered that he messed with Becky. That is why she stays. It was his talent. No, it was his bedroom tricks and looks. There is no such thing as an ugly billionaire. And I listed other celebrities with prenuptials. Brad Pitt, Angela Jolie, Kathleen Zeta-Jones, and Michael Douglas, Chris Rock and Malak, Captain Rock, Dwayne Wade, and Gabrielle Union, Ice-T, and Coco Austin, and what type of prenup it was. With a few other people, Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, Julian Hogue, and Brooks Leach. I hope I said her name right. Robert De Niro and Grace Hightower. Prenuptials matter. She knew African American men were the less likely to stay faithful. You may do the statistics checks there if you like. I actually have a document and I will post it later. And I've done the statistic checks for you, and I've left the APA citation 7th edition. Quotations on the word faithful, because not everyone wants a traditional relationship. In that case, they may choose to share experiences. That's a sidebar conversation for a different day. Bay married one anyway. She had plenty of options to choose from. She upgraded him. He steps out for an experience. What she did was birth an album called Lemonade and Twins to another few bags. If dating women, especially African American women, must learn to think of dating differently. For instance, every time your partner steps out of the relationship to have an experience without you or your knowledge up front, it costs a few bags. Put it into your contract. He cannot read your mind, whoever you're dating. You cannot read his. Simply tell each other up front what their dynamics are to avoid wasting time and money. You cannot get time back or money returned. The complex issues of infidelity in relationships, statistics, and perspectives. Infidelity is a sensitive and complex issue that affects relationships worldwide. Recent statistics and studies have shed light on the prevalence of cheating in various communities. While some surprising findings in this article, we will explore the statistics on infidelity, particularly in the Black community, and examine the different perspectives on the issue. Statistics on infidelity. According to the Institute for Family Studies, 22% of every married Black report cheated on their spouse, compared to 16% of, they use the term whites, I'm going to use the term Caucasians, and 13% of Hispanics. Among Black men, 28% reported having encounters, entanglements, with someone other than their spouse, compared to 20% of Caucasian men and 16% of Hispanic men. These statistics suggest that infidelity may be more prevalent in the Black community than any other race. Perspectives on infidelity. There are different perspectives on why infidelity may be more prevalent in the Black community. Some suggest the cultural and societal factors, such as the objectification of women and the emphasis on masculinity, may contribute to higher rates of infidelity. Others suggest that economic factors, such as men earning less, may also play a role. I was watching videos on multiple passport brothers yesterday, multiple videos. So they're not looking or going and visiting these other getting their passports and going over to these other countries, and the majority of them are not looking for wives. They're looking for a good time. They go over there. They are some of the girls may not be of age like they are here in the United States. They have different age limits. They're looking to pay to have a good time over there, whet their communication tool, maybe indulge in a few partake in some street pharmaceuticals, party, and come on back to the States, and they pretty much show you just partying with these ladies, and some of them don't look like, some of them I'm wondering where their parents are at, okay? Let's keep going. And the reason is they want to a lot of times, depending on their background, because I've met men from all backgrounds. Growing up, I didn't, my mom and dad are still together. They've been together 47 years. So we grew up in the church. I didn't start seeing what some of these men, if you want to call it that, were out there until I was on my own at 18 and dating. My folks had, Papa was military, Mama was a music teacher and a special ed teacher and a music teacher. We were considered middle class. So we didn't want, only thing he wanted to do was take care of his family. So when I started meeting the different classifications, I was like, oh, okay. I don't want anybody else to wonder what classification the next time you meet whoever it is you're dating, to wonder what type of classification that person is, okay? Since we've already gone through them. Now, I also watched where a lady was, she says, oh, I'm an NFL. She's an African American woman, beautiful, gorgeous. I'm an NFL wife. I held him down while he was in school. Held down. He slept with whoever he wanted to. He used whatever finances and resources she had. She did whatever he wanted in the bedroom. held down. Before he got signed to the NFL. All right. That doesn't sound like a party I'm going to be inviting myself to. Let's see. Racism and discrimination may also be underlying factors in the higher rates of infidelity in the Black community. According to Marjorie Nightingale, a significant number of Black women continue to fear they have a slim chance at partnering with a Black man, when in actuality their chances are 1 in 8. This fear may lead to a sense of desperation and insecurity, which can manifest in infidelity. Let's talk about some things real quick. African women do not have to date within their race. You can date whoever you want to, honey. You date whoever treats you the best. There's this black wife effect thing going on. Sydney, who played Precious, just gave birth to two beautiful twins. Now, I can't say what the relationship is going to look like. They got married in 21. In about 7 to 8 years, I'm going to be seeing to look if it's true love because she don't have a prenup, or was it just for the loot? He makes 1 to 2 million. She makes 6 to 8 million as far as net worth. Other things. You don't have to get married. Oprah never married. Oprah Winfrey's one of the richest women in America, honey. She got her a Stedman. Get you a Stedman. Girl, they all got different tricks. Get you a few. Have one in each of the countries you want to visit. And then continue to keep your money or whatever else to yourself. Okay? And then the lady who talked about, I don't remember her name off the top, who talked about not dating the trash man or the bus driver unless he owns the bus company, who's pregnant by herself right now. She's not going to be a Halle Berry. She's not going to have to pay nobody out of pocket. She's going to have peace of mind. So just a few things to consider. You have options. Okay? And they don't have to be just Caucasian. You've got, I did a video on some of the countries that are not getting married. So they don't have a high marriage rate and they want them to marry. You don't have to stay in the United States. Who says the United States is that great? Pimping ain't easy. Or is it? Okay. Infidelity is a complex issue that affects relationships worldwide, while statistics suggest that it may be more prevalent in the Black community. It is essential to approach this issue with sensitivity and respect. By examining the different perspectives on infidelity, we can gain a deeper understanding of its causes and consequences. Ultimately, honesty and communication are keys to building trust and strengthening relationships. Exploring open relationships, a consensual alternative to traditional monogamy. Are you someone who values honesty and communication in your relationship but struggles with the idea of a traditional one-on-one dynamic? This is why it is important to ask questions prior to the first date and on the first date. You two may not want the same thing. Do you crave connection and intimacy with multiple people without the need for secrecy or deception? Consider exploring open relationships, a consensual and ethical approach to the non-monogamy. In open relationships, all parties involved agree to engage in romantic or experiences with others, prioritizing transparency and mutual respect. This arrangement can take many forms, from swinging to polyamory, and offers a refreshing alternative to societal norms. I watched a show, I'm not going to say whose name, and her girlfriend were looking to bring other people into the relationship. And so it was like a kind of like a dating setup. You have a few people to choose from. You asked them certain questions. You looked at their feet. You wanted to see if they could be a part of whatever it is you all had going on. Okay? So, um, yeah, open relationships require honest communications. And the girlfriend came up after the show, after one of the lady who did the majority of the work, and she picked the finalization for who she wanted them to have inclusive. She picked two actually, in their relationship. So open relationships require honest communication, mutual consent, respect for boundaries, trust, and empathy. By embracing open relationships, you can explore multiple connections without guilt or shame. Foster a community of like minded individuals, cultivate emotional intelligence and empathy, redefine traditional relationship norms. Remember, open relationships aren't for everyone, but for those who value freedom, communication, and consensual exploration, they offer a liberating and fulfilling alternative to traditional monogamy. Embrace your desires, communicate openly, and discover a relationship model that works for you. Here are some pros and cons of being single versus being married. Pros: freedom and independence, ability to focus on personal goals and interests, less financial stress, more time for self care and personal growth, ability to explore, to travel and explore without restrictions. Cons: lack of emotional support and companionship, no legal benefits or protections, potential for feelings of loneliness and isolation, more responsibility for household and financial tasks, limited social security benefits. Now, I did not talk about how to address some of these cons. Um, if you're lonely or isolated, write a book. Go perform somewhere. Get on somebody's open mic. Shake a tail feather. Join you some adult entertainment sites. Ooh, create coloring books. They can be clean coloring books or they can be dirty coloring books. Um, create some journals, create some organizers, create event books. Travel more. Okay. Uh, in regards to Social Security benefits, start your own business. Something that can operate easily off of itself for when you get older or just to replace your income entirely. Let's keep going. Married, pros. Emotional support and companionship, legal benefits and protection, shared financial responsibility and benefits, sense of security and stability, social recognition and acceptance, potential for longer lifespan and better health. Cons: loss of independence and freedom, potential for conflict and stress, financial stress and responsibilities, less time for personal growth and interest, potential for feelings of trappedness and suffocation. It's important to note that these pros and cons can vary depending on the individual and their specific circumstances. Additionally, there are many other factors. One moment, please. Oh, excuse me. It is important to note that these pros and there are many other factors to consider when deciding whether to be single or married, such as personal values, goals, and priorities. I got a story, y'all. You want to hear it? Here it go. Welcome aboard the all day and night shenanigans flight to La La Land. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for boarding our flight. Fasten your seatbelts as we prepare for takeoff into a world where delusions are served up as frequently as the in-flight snacks. Here you can turn the other cheek all day. Yes, all four of them. Because there's no Vaseline for knuckles and no lube for, well, you know. During our flight, frequent delusions, Expect a steady stream of unrealistic expectations and whimsical fantasies. Ooh, turbulent rides. Prepare for a bumpy journey as we navigate through the highs and lows of romantic entanglements and the misconceptions that come with them. Ooh, turn the other cheek. Get ready to overlook red flags and accept less, than what you deserve. With no protective measures provided. Departure from reality. As we leave reality behind, let's face some harsh truths. African American women are faced with unique challenges in the dating world, making it essential to adopt a realistic strategic approach to relationships. In-flight entertainment. Our entertainment system is packed with narratives that distort reality, encouraging you to overlook your worth and settle for less. But remember, it's just a show. The real value lies in recognizing your worth and demanding what you truly deserve. Preparing for landing. As we prepare to land back in the real world, let's take a moment to reframe our perspectives. Realistic expectations. Understand that dating is often a negotiation, and ensure you are clear about your boundaries and needs. Financial stability. Prioritize your economic security and self-respect in all relationships. Cultural awareness. Recognize the unique challenges and dynamics within your cultural context. Final approach. As we make our descent, remember you don't have to play by anyone else's rules. Set your standards and don't be afraid to demand the respect and value you deserve. Thank you for choosing the all day and night shenanigans flight. We hope you leave La La Land with a renewed sense of purpose and a clearer view of what you deserve in the dating world. Safe travels, and may your future journeys be grounded in reality and self-worth. And then I list all the wonderful statistics at the bottom. Isn't that nice? Now, the last article I wrote for vocal.media, they did not publish. I'm going to go through it real quick now. And it was on red flags. I guess they didn't like what I had to say, but I don't give a damn. It's the truth. So it is called Acknowledging Red Flags, Lessons Learned from J.L. King, Pimpin' Ken, Karen Hunter, and Personal Experiences. See, it says not approved at the top. It was my first piece that has not been approved. Oh, thank y'all for the love, y'all. Let me check in real quick. Oh, Ashan Panta, Prick Stevie Ohino, DC Ace Frada, Uxia, Shid the Cool Kid. P-Hub, it's an adult entertainment site, as politely as I can put it. Similar to like RedTube. So I'm on P-Hub, OnlyFans, ManyVids, FetLife. Just joined Playboy, had my first meeting last week with them. But they like exclusive content, so I'm going to work on that. So yeah. No, baby, I'm in Indianapolis right now. He said, what's your favorite position? 69. See here. White McGee, you need to buy a book since you're asking about my favorite position. Accentuating Curves and Assassination Hips, Truth or Dare series. Book 1 that's that book. I've already got a few lined up I want to do after. You would like it. Ring, and it's on my Amazon page. I'll make sure to post the link. All right. Lord Peebo, Kenny Lewis. Okay, so we read all them already. Let's move on to red flags. All right. Breaking the cycle of domestic and intimate partner violence. I was watching a video and I said, oh my God, it's not just African or American women that are having these experiences. I mean, they had gorgeous, skinny, Caucasian women, blonde hair, blue eyes, curly, fit to the T. These women are going through the same thing I'm going through. And she's what I would consider a 10. Why is she going through the same thing? I said, after I watched it was like a TikTok compilation of multiple different women of different ethnicities. I said, this needs to be addressed. There's just red flags everywhere and nobody's paying attention to the red flags. Let's talk about it. I do got a book out called Codependent, Silence No More. Talks about what you should be asking on the first date or before. Introduction. Domestic violence affects individuals worldwide, transcending race, nationality, culture, and sexual preference. Recognizing red flags and seeking support are crucial steps in addressing and preventing this pervasive issue. J.L. King's journey from homelessness to New York Times bestselling author. On May 25th, 2024, Michael Evans of Meek Pro Media engaged in a profound dialogue with J.L. King, a New York Times bestselling author and 9-year military veteran from Columbus, Ohio. Throughout their conversation, King recounted his artist journey, starting with humble beginnings where he sold books to make ends meet. He navigated through periods of financial hardship, resorting to innovative measures like printing at Kinko's and facing the challenges of poverty, relying on food stamps and experiencing homelessness. With his house repossessed and at times living in his car, King also candidly shared his experiences of being a father, dealing with child support, and moving in with a partner in Chicago. However, his journey took a tumultuous turn as he faced domestic violence and intimate partner violence, forcing him to flee and obtain a restraining order. He moved. The lover at that time found out where he lived, paid the concierge to get upstairs to his apartment, and then proceeded to beat his ass with a bat. Let's keep going. Oh, a neighbor seen what was going on and called the police. He continued writing, and his book became a breakthrough success, landing him a $1.5 million deal with Random House. However, his lover's journey, jealousy, and violence forced King to flee and landing him a $1.5 million deal with Random House. After his interview with Oprah Winfrey, his first day of book sales was $80,000. King established J.L. King Publishing to help other African American writers. His journey is a testament to perseverance and the importance of raising awareness about domestic violence and HIV. King continues to inspire countless individuals, and his work remains a vital resource for communities affected by these issues. Quote, beginning with nothing, I sold books to survive, printed at Kinko's, and struggled with financial stability. It was a journey from homelessness to unexpected success, personal struggles, and triumphs. The personal sacrifices to pursue his passion for writing and advocacy. Number 2, advocacy for HIV education and awareness. By the way, in case you have not noticed yet, about 3 days ago, Texas has become the new Atlanta. I want to say it's Houston, Texas. If you're in that area, make sure you cover the rubber ducky or you use a dam, okay? We got folks moving there, and they are bringing a few gifts with them. So be careful out there. Highlighting King's impactful role in HIV education, particularly within the LGBTQIA plus community and African American communities, and his efforts to raise awareness and prevent the spread of HIV and AIDS. 3. Addressing domestic and intimate partner violence, discussing King's advocacy against domestic and intimate partner violence, shedding light on the often hidden realities, and advocating for support and resources for survivors. 4. Navigating taboos in identity, discussing the complexities of identity and the challenges faced by individuals, navigating social expectations while embracing their authentic selves. Number 5. Media recognition and impact, detailing King's journey to becoming a best-selling author, including his encounters with media personalities like Oprah Winfrey and the profound impact of his work on a national scale. Number 6. Futures, endeavors, and legacy. Looking forward, King continues to advocate for marginalized communities and plan for future projects that aim to educate and empower others. He's the author of Supreme Reign Love Redefined. Not the author, he's the publisher, and then he endorsed 4 of my books in December of last year. Okay, red flags. Woo, honey. Of domestic violence, understanding and addressing the wave. Number 1, isolation, limiting contact with friends and family. Number 2, jealousy, constantly questioning whereabouts and accusing of flirting or cheating. Number 3, blame shifting, making the victim feel responsible for the abuser's behavior. Number 4, gaslighting, denying previous agreements or conversations. Number 5, emotional manipulation, using guilt trips or self-pity to control the victim. Number 6, passive-aggressive behavior, silent treatment or sarcastic comments. Number 7, constant criticism, regularly criticizing appearance, choices, or accomplishments. Number 8, boundary pushing, disregarding boundaries or making the victim feel guilty for setting them. Number 9, charm and flattery, excessive praise or gifts to gain trust. Number 10, control of small things, controlling access to money or resources. Consent and healthy relationships. Consent is the foundation of healthy relationships, which involves mutual respect, trust, communication, boundaries, and support. Recognizing and challenging abusive behaviors include identifying red flags, listening to intuition, seeking support, setting boundaries, and prioritizing self-care. Personal experiences. Okay, so this is where I talked about all the different women in background in the video that I seen earlier this week. Now, my best friend in Indiana in 2013, she was shot dead by her boyfriend. They had at one point been engaged to get married. She was planning the wedding. She had a college. She went to college. She worked faithfully. She did hair. She had the kids, one by him. He shot her, turned around, shot himself. So it was a murder-suicide. All within the night. All because he didn't work. All because he worked when he met her. But after they got together, he didn't work. She worked. Cutest little thing, skinny, nice little shade, cute as a button, super talented, and just one day she had enough. And I wish I had known, or she had told us, or anything, and she had somebody there and had not let him in the house, but that did not happen, tragically. Okay? So once you break up with them, and you have called it quits, and it is over, they are not allowed back in. You do not know how they are going to react. Resources. If you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, numerous resources are available to provide support and assistance. National Domestic Violence Hotline, National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, Great Abuse and Insect National Network, Local Support. I am on YouTube. I have to watch some of the words I say. So read between the lines. Local support groups and shelters, LGBTQ, the Trevor Project, National Domestic Violence Hotline for Immigrants as well, 1-800-799-7233. And the Trevor Project is 1-866-488-7386. People with Disabilities, National Disability Rights Network. I had a friend who was in a wheelchair, young girl, very young. She was cute as a button anyway, but she was but she was in a wheelchair. And the people that was coming into her life, she said, he picked me up out the wheelchair. The water was scalding hot, and he put me in the water. And there wasn't shit she could do. You got to be careful who you date. In retrospect, domestic violence has far-reaching consequences. Recognizing the signs of abuse, understanding the importance of consent in healthy relationships, and knowing where to seek help are crucial steps in addressing and preventing domestic violence. Sharing personal experiences and providing valuable information and resources can support those affected and work towards a safer, more supportive world for everyone. Before I give this next lesson, I was running the Airbnb at the time, and I was dating a young fella, and I didn't know he had a drug problem. I had people in the house at the time. I didn't care for how he was treating me, and he didn't hit me. But when I went to go start to make a phone call, he took my phone from me, and I wasn't sure what I was. I just knew he took the phone from me. Now, if I needed to have screamed or something and woke the people up in my establishment, which I didn't want to do at that time and disrupt their peace, but I would if I had to. But the fact that he took my phone, I said, something is wrong. You shouldn't want to take my phone away from me if I want to call for help. I remember the night, it wasn't the same night, it was a different night. He went to his cousin's house in Hogville, and he came back and he said, my cousin gave me a gun. I went to the bathroom, I called up his sister, his sister by law. I said, nutcase brought a gun in the house. He was working when I first met him, and then after a few months, he wanted to quit his job and do studio time at the house in my garage. And she said, he what? Nutcase brought a gun to the house. She said, you need to leave right now. She said he can get bullets real quick in the street to go and get and fill this gun. She said, leave the house right now. I didn't know he had it in the car when we went to visit his cousin, that he had got it from him and he had it in the car on the way back to the house. And so I went to go start packing me a few things. Nothing major, just a few clothes so I could have a little couple outfits for a few days. And I said, I can go to my parents' house. I don't have to put up with this. He said, what are you doing? I'm packing. I'm leaving. You brought a gun in the house. What? Trying to get me to, no, I'm good. I'm going to leave. You can stay. I'll leave. House is in my name. You can stay. I'll leave. It ain't even that deep. I can find a way to get rid of you and the house. I went and packed and was about to leave out the door. He said, you know what? We can take the gun back to my cousin's house. Oh, okay. Then that's what we're going to do right now. And I went, I watched, I made sure everything happened. And then we went on back home when I knew I was safe to an extent with Nutcase. So after that, I told another friend what happened. And she was listening. She said, huh? She says, I want to take you somewhere. I said, really, girl? Where you going? Where we going? She took me to the Julia Carson Center. She said, you need a restraining order and an eviction notice. I said, that sounds delicious. So we did. We did a same day restraining order and eviction notice. The policeman did not play about that paperwork, honey. He was out the house within 24 hours. So if you have a place like that that helps women and you are in a certain type of situation, you should contact them. They do phenomenal work. Yes. I had a friend in jail at that time, and he called me up. He said, word on the street is you put a brother out. I said, I did. Yeah, same day, honey. I sure did. He says, we are all in here laughing over that shit. Y'all do whatever you want to, but I have my peace of mind right now. Now, he was really upset about whatever happened, and he did. I went and after that, that's when I had my gastric bypass surgery. I was in the hospital. I had the rhabdomyolysis. I was not able to walk for 2 months. I stayed with the fam, and my boss at that time, I was working in Medicare and Medicaid for Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, hit me up and said, we start a new position such and such a day. I need you back this day. So after my getting myself together to walk again after being paralyzed and then being on the disability for 2 months, I went back to work. When I got back to the house, I was still doing Airbnb at the time. And I had two people there. One, they both worked for different sports teams. One in regards to physical therapy in Indiana, actually. He just recently got married a few years ago. I'm so happy for him. And then the other one, he was doing interviews with sports teams to do like running errands for them. So one, a doctor, and then one, they got along really well. They were together in the house while I was gone the full 2 months. I had disability pay. I had Airbnb pay because they paid either by the week or they paid by the month. So I didn't have to worry about money while I was recuperating and getting, and you know, when you are on disability, you don't get the full pay. You only get a percentage of it. When I came back, I had a driver. He would take me to work and he would bring me back home, and I paid him weekly to do so. And I had my car out front and I was going to drive my car. I would use my car for errands after work. And I said, well, I'm going to drive myself to work tomorrow. It's my first day back and yada, yada, yada. And I said, can you go clean the snow? He would help me with stuff around the house. Could you go clean the snow off the car, warm the car up, things of that nature, make sure everything's okay with the car. I don't want any surprises in the morning. I'm very thankful for him. He's gone now too. He was shot by gun violence. He came back and he said, all 4 of your tires have been sliced. I tried to put air in each of those tires and I looked, it's snow outside. There's a blizzard. There's like 6 feet of snow. I've been gone for 2 months and a couple of weeks. I came back to 4 sliced tires. That's nice. Yeah. So after that, I didn't have, but there was always people at my house. After that, I didn't have any problems. I just went ahead and I said, you can take me to work. Why not? We've been doing it this way this long anyway. And I'll have them tow the car and I'll just have new tires put on. And that's how we did that. And then after that, I started driving my car back to work since I was back. Hello, Vicky DeLau, darling. And Shehe Julfion. We're going to continue. Welcome, darling. I just got finished talking about relationships. I just got finished covering red flags and sharing personal experiences. I am now going to touch base on lessons learned from a pimp. Welcome to the channel, darling. Okay, so last year I covered the entire book, and I have a whole playlist for it. And it is called The 48 Laws of the Game by Pimpin' Ken and Karen Hunter. So On the Download by J.L. King was written by J.L. King and Karen Hunter. And then The 48 Laws of the Game was written by Pimpin' Ken and Karen Hunter. So that's how Karen Hunter's name got in there. She's actually helped a lot of authors bring their story to light. Okay. Okay. So introduction. The reason I read this is I feel like, especially in the type of, there needs to be a mentality change in regards to not only dating, but in life as well, in regards to how we see things. And I feel like that book, and many other books, but I feel like this book really broke down for men that have only seen and believe what's on TV as far as music videos and how women are treated and things of that nature, how it breaks down the mental mindset for that, and then for some other things. I learned a lot from this book. Let's get to it. Now, I can't say it was nice. It was not, the package wasn't, it gave me a real thorough ass whipping, okay? Pimps are born, not sworn. Pimpin' Ken's philosophy, detailed in his book Pimpology, The 48 Laws of the Game, provides unconventional insights into human behavior and control dynamics. While the book is rooted in the word of pimping, its principles can be applied to various aspects of life and relationship. Ken emphasizes the importance of control, strategy, and manipulation in a non-negative sense to navigate life's challenges and achieve success. Title, Chapter 1, Introduction, Pimpin' 101. There are only 2 categories of people, pimps and hoes. You either give orders or you take them. You're either the kind of person who, or you are the kind of person who will work for someone else. Hand over your hard earned dough and let someone else tell you what to do. That's all pimping is: control and mastering another. Now, this reality may be offensive to some, and I'm rereading the introduction because some of these folks have not read the book. And I'm not going to reread the book. It's got its own playlist. But I am going to reread this introduction. The reality may be offensive to some, but it's real. And if you open your eyes to what is truly going on in this world, you will see that everything falls into one category or the other. The absolute best pimps are business tycoons, power brokers, and politicians. Don't have girls, but living off other people's intelligence and hard work. Good pimps don't have to steal or take anyone's money by force because hoes will give pimps their money willingly. When you go downtown and you see an old lady feeding a bird, that bird comes every day to check the lady for that bread, and the old lady chooses to come every day to be down with that bird, even if that bird is pimping. The biggest, baddest, most powerful pimp of all time is named Uncle Sam. By the way, if you have been following the YouTube channel, you're welcome. I spent all last week, I stopped whatever I had to do, and I used most of my waking time, which is why you did not have a 4-hour work week, book read to you, fighting for freedom. Senate Bill 17. Most people don't even know about Senate Bill 17 for Indiana. Guess what? The judge said y'all are nuts. Stopped. So real briefly, I went to my P-Hub. P-Hub had this thing on it. You have such and such days, and then you will be blocked access to enter your P-Hub. So hold on, what's going on? Now, the first few times I saw it, they told me I needed some kind of digital age verification, whatever. So I'm around here looking for digital age verification, whatever. I said, well, I can't find it nowhere. I'm downloading apps. That's not working. I'm looking on the page where I'm going to enter this information. That's not working. I'm hitting up the P-Hub. Lady sending her emails. She's like, you've got access? I'm like, what on earth is going on? And then I read an article, and it said P-Hub is suing the Indiana governor, and they are blocking the entire state of Indiana access. I said, hold on. That's my door. You're knocking on my door. Oh, I'm so glad you came to visit. Let me just drop everything I'm doing right now. Let me type you up 3 lovely pages and take it on down. You all didn't hardly tell nobody. Don't nobody hardly know. ACLU fighting for freedom of speech. I'm finding out all kind of things. And this is about 10 days before July 27th, when the state is supposed to be blocked access. So I contacted them. I went down to the Madam Walker block party. I handed out papers at each booth. There was 33 booths. There was supposed to be 40, but only 33 were there. Some of them were closed down because I got there for the last hour, and I worked all 33 booths within about 55 minutes to make sure everybody had their papers. Only one person knew what I was talking about at the booth, and that's because she was part of the ACLU. The judge, the Friday before the bill was supposed to go into effect, said, I'm not approving it. So I don't have to worry about it for my state. But if you are in a different state, it wouldn't be called Senate Bill 17 in your state. It can go by a House bill or a different name for digital age-based verification. It's actually already Indiana would have made it 19. It's in 18 states. Well, it's in 13. 5 was 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It's in 13. 5 are in transition. If the bill goes into effect, the similar type of decree, within 38 of the 50 states, bet you didn't know this, then the Constitution, in regards to freedom of speech and expression, can be changed. So just keep an eye out. We need to make sure we keep freedom of speech. Yeah, so that we don't have nationwide censorship, so that women can be on YouTube talking with each other, having conversations like this one right now. Awesome. Okie dokie. Now, let's see here. The biggest, baddest, most powerful pimp of all time is named Uncle Sam. Every April 15th, he tells you to break yourself, bitch. Uncle Sam can reach in your pocket at any time and take what he wants, and if you try to stop him, he puts your ass under pimp arrest. Instead of the man in the red, white, and blue suit with a top hat, they need to dress Uncle Sam in a Versace suit, some gaiters, and a jewel-encrusted cane. I was born a pimp. My daddy was a hustler, and I learned about pimping from him, both the good and the bad. He was a womanizer, a pull shark, and he shot dice. He was my first role model. His actions showed me how to manipulate people. My daddy didn't have any respect for a hoe, and no hoe could tell my daddy what to do. He treated hoes like but they kept coming back to him anyway. He used to beat them, and send them to the hospital, and still they never left. Listen. I watched the video. A man was going to take a woman out on a date. You got to recognize the signs early. Early. He was an African man. He was of high value. He drove 30 minutes to see this lady. He had the seat warmed up for, I don't even remember what kind of car it was. A beautiful car. I said, oh my goodness. He says, come on and get into the car, in his foreign accent. And she says, no, I'm not getting into the car until you come around and open my door for me. I done drove 30 minutes to see you. He opens the car from the inside and asks her, could she please get in the car? She said, nope, I'm in need. She closed the door. She said, I've never touched the door. She closed the door. So she touched the door that day. She says, I'm not getting in the car until you come around and open my car door. So after they argued for about 3 minutes, he gets around to the car door. He opens the car door. She gets in and she says, I'm ready now. You about to learn a real important lesson. He thought about it a moment. He opened the car door back up. He said, could you get out of the car, please? I want to show you something. She was like, yeah. She said, are you serious? He was like, oh, yes, I am serious. And so she gets out of the car. He closes the door. He walks around. Oh, before he does, he says, I drove 30 minutes to get here. I made sure everything was right for you in the car. I'm about to take you on this date. The place I'm taking you to, I've got to I'm at least dropping 200. He said, and I opened the car door for you on the inside. It wasn't enough. I had to get out my car, come open the door. He said, okay. And he went and got back in his car. And she said, well, what are you doing? I thought you wanted to take me on a date. He said, I thought I did. And then he says, could you please move? I don't want to run you over. And he proceeds to drive off. She said, well, he says, I want to keep my self-respect. Self-worth. He knew, facing that many flags going in, just to get you in the car for the date, that he drove, spent gas, gonna pay for the day, you get everything you want when you get to the table, and I've got to beg you to get into the car. That's a whole lot of red flags. All right. All right, so this taught me that there was a power man could have over others, making them do anything and take anything thrown at them. I didn't follow exactly in my father's footstep. I created my pathway right beside his. Instead of using terror and violence, I developed my form of persuasion. I use psychological warfare or pimpology to get what I want, which is often more treacherous than any physical abuse. I use words and gestures to get others to act right and do right. I'm going to repeat the red flags now. Isolation, jealousy, blame shifting, gaslighting, passive-aggressive behavior, constant criticism, boundary pushing, charm and flattery, control of small things. In case you didn't get the memo the first time. The aim of this book is not to teach people how to pimp, but to promote the pimp mentality. If you don't have it, then you're out to be somebody's hoe. I have been a lifelong student of this game, and I developed my style, my way of getting what I wanted, not just from a hoe, but from any situation. Key lessons and quotes from Pimp and Ken. Have a strategy if you want to win in any game. Strategize. That's number one. Number two, manipulate. Don't think of this as a negative. Often we hear businessmen and government officials use this term. Oh, for strategize, always plan ahead and think several steps forward in any endeavor, whether personal or professional. And then for number two, manipulate, use influence and persuasion positively to achieve desired outcome. Number three, keep mashing for your ration. Persist to get what you deserve. Stay determined and focused on your goal no matter the obstacles. Number four, don't let them try you till they buy you. Ensure others respect your worth before investing emotionally or otherwise. Set clear boundaries and make sure your value is acknowledged before committing to any relationship or deal. Number five, purse first, assets. Translate that however you want to. Last. Prioritize your needs and self-respect. Ensure your own needs and well-being are taken care of before catering to others. Number six, get a name in the game. Establish a reputation and credibility in your field, build a strong personal brand and network to open doors and create opportunities. Number seven, don't chase them, replace them. Move on from toxic relationships or situations. Don't waste time on people or circumstances that don't serve your best interests. Seek better alternatives. Apply the pimp mentality to avoid toxic situations. Okay. Adopting a strategic and assertive mindset can help individuals avoid manipulation, control, and abuse in relationships. It's about recognizing your worth, setting clear boundaries, and not tolerating disrespect or mistreatment. Here are some practical applications. Set clear expectations. Be upfront about what you want from any relationship, be it romantic, professional, or personal. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Don't ignore red flags. Communicate boundaries. Clearly state what you are and are not comfortable with. Seek mutual respect. Ensure that respect is reciprocal in all interactions. Prioritize self-care. Take care of your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Build a support system. Surround yourself with supportive friends, family, or professional resources. Domestic violence and toxic relationships can have devastating impacts, but recognizing the signs and taking proactive steps can help break the cycle. Learning from experience of others such as J.L. King and the unconventional insights of Pimpin' Ken and Karen Hunter can provide valuable lessons on self-respect, boundaries, and strategic thinking. By sharing personal stories and providing practical advice and resources, we can empower individuals to seek help, make informed decisions, and build healthier, more supportive relationships. Together, we can work towards a world free from domestic violence and abuse. All right, so I just wanted to talk with y'all today and let you know what was going on. For those who also have been following me in regards to the grants, I did attend the awards for the National Federal Grant through First Founders CDC on June 27th. There were 25 winners that won $25,000. I was not one of them, but I was a semifinalist, but I did not win that, and I'm okay with that. I also got word back from the Black Ambition Grant. That's $1 million grant. They have chose the finalist. If you are the finalist, they have chose the semi-finalist, I should say. If you are a finalist and win, you get $1 million, and then I believe it's like 15 for the semi-finalist. Well, I did not make semi-finalist on that one, but I've already applied to other grants. I stay applying. Now, not tripping on that. I've actually got news that I got something greater. I got something greater in the works that supersedes any kind of grant. Yeah. So I am grateful for the winners. I clapped for them. I told them congratulations. I'm happy for them. And I want to see their businesses go and be successful. Now, I did, during our meeting, it was a Zoom meeting, I screenshot all but 3 people, so I won't write about it until I figure out who the other 3 winners are out of the 25 that my fingers weren't moving fast enough while I was walking. So I've got to send a letter over to them, but that's where I'm at right now. Okay, well, this has been nice. I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for kicking it with me. Oh, Ramiro, thank you. Lakers in 5, I wrote an article and I did some research, and so it's not posted on the web anywhere, but it's something I wrote, honey, because I'm an author. I will have it on my vocal media page on Friday, but the last book that I was reading, I was taking an excerpt out of the 48 Laws of Pimpology. Hello, Vicky. I'm great, darling. How are you, love? And thank you, Rock and Lakers in 5 and Romero for tuning in. All right, darlings. Have a great 4th. See you Friday. All right.